Supreme Rice. Since the 1930s, supporting Louisiana farmers and communities throughout Louisiana. To find out more, go to supremerice.com.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Live at lunch.
You are looking live.
Live at lunch. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
What the hell's going on out here?
Now, here's Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live? Is it live?
From Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road across from Rufino's, welcome to the Monday edition of Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hannegriff along with Jimmy Ott. Jordan Kitchen's back in the studio, and our first visit here to Chris's Specialty Meats. Glad that they have us here, and we're looking forward to doing a lot of shows here, Jimmy. Boy, what a spread they got, man.
I'm salivating right now, man. I mean, going through all the stuff, man. The chickens, all the stuffed chickens. I mean, the different porks, the different stuffed pork tenderloins, beef, the briskets, and the steak. How about the steak burgers, ossobuco, wild game, everything from pork sausage, stuffed quail to alligator frog, rabbit, rack of lamb. I mean, we can go on and on with the sides like cornbread dressing or the stuffed potatoes, cream spinach, mac and cheese, soups, gumbos, boudins, tons of homemade sausages. So we got everything over here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland, right across from Rufino's. So we're serving lunch every day, Monday through Friday over here. Today's special, little soft shell crab po' boy. How about that? Huh?
Nice.
So when BK is yelling at Cobble, we can sit here and eat a soft shell po' boy.
We of course include the Brian Kelly press conference as a part of our Monday shows. That's why we're on at 10 o'clock. They'll be coming your way about 11:40, and then Kelly will be at the podium at noon. He was a little feisty, salty, whatever you want to use, on Saturday night after the game. LSU won it by a score of 20-10. And the first question, which was in no way out of line, was about the offensive struggles. Look, this is human nature, okay? If you have your kid gets a report card and he has 5 A's and a C, you want to know about the C. You don't want to know about the A's. At least that's for most people. And LSU's defense has been elite. I mean, they have been fantastic. For the 3 games that they played this season, the first-team defense has allowed 17 points. And 2 of those games were against, major programs, Clemson and Florida. I don't know how much better you can play than that. In addition to, not allowing very many points, they have caused turnovers. They've created advantageous positions for the offense. They throw a shutout in the second half on Saturday night, despite the fact that they were on the field for 21 minutes, and LSU's offense only made 10 first downs. So that's as good as you can play. You've got high-impact guys making plays, and you've played at an elite level. The offense is not. And that has been a surprise, I think, to me at least, that they have not performed a little bit better. And we're going to spend a lot of time asking the question why, not just the two of us, but everybody, and that includes the coaches. Your quarterback, who played very well in the first game, has not played well at all in the last 2 games. Your down-the-field passing game is non-existent right now, and you're not running the football very well.
They're not even taking shots downfield.
They're not. And your run game at least your traditional run game has not been reliable. You've sort of gadgeted it a little bit, and Durham did break a long run near the end of that game. But as far as just lining up and being able to run the ball,
you talking about the last play,
the 51-yard run at the end, yeah,
they ain't giving up.
It's at the end of the game. It's a chunk play, but it's at the end of the game.
Couldn't even line up right.
Yeah, the game is essentially is being run out. So you don't try to spin the numbers and tell me, oh, well, it's fine. They average 4.6 yards a carry. No. That's not really the case here. So you played very, very good special teams. Your punter had a night, man, and he's done very well. Your return game is good. You allowed a couple of returns, but nothing backbreaking. And your kicker's been pretty consistent. So it lands on the offense, Jim. That. Hey, you want to be an elite team, you want to be a championship team, and it doesn't have to happen right now. Teams evolve, but right now you have 2/3 of the equation humming. I mean, at the top of the mark, and the other part of your game is lacking right now.
There's room for improvement, though.
Absolutely.
There's personnel to handle improvement, right?
Yes.
Right?
You have all of the ingredients. You have all of the pieces. It's not like the defense 2 years ago where it's like, man, they got 2 defensive tackles that they can count on. They got one last year, God bless him, Sadrine was playing corner in the opening game against USC, okay? Sadrine not a corner. And you just did not have the personnel to be able to run this stuff. Garrett Nussmeier is a talent. Durham's a talent. Chris Hilton's a talent. Nick Anderson's a talent. Xavier Thomas and Aaron Anderson are playing well. The tight end's
Brown.
Good.
He's a big.
Barry Brown has been everything advertised. Yeah.
So no, more than advertised, Charlie. We thought that was like kick return specialist. We'll see if he could. But we gave him a little bit of a pass. We didn't know because Kentucky's quarterback play at such a low level. But man, he's a dependable pair of hands, man. Along with he's catching the ball away from his body with his hands. No, he's better than advertised as far as the receiver is concerned.
So all of that to say, hey, you got to figure this out. You got to put it together.
What's the biggest concern on the team? What unit? The offensive line. How would they? How would you grade them? It's pretty much kind of a C minus.
I would actually say closer to a C plus because the pass protection has been good. They've only allowed 3 sacks, and really 2 of them have been on the quarterback. The pass protection has been fine. That's the concerning thing and the puzzling thing about Nussmeier. I wouldn't say he's been under undue pressure. I wouldn't say he's been running for his life back there. I think he's made an ample amount of mistakes from clean pockets, bad reads or bad throws or whatever.
Okay, but,
so a little bit closer to C+.
The staff doesn't have confidence in him to try and have extended pressure, protection to throw the ball downfield. I mean, are you just going to? We're going to say they're playing so soft. They're basically playing prevent. Well, why if they're playing so soft? Why is there more room for easy completions? These guys got all kinds of yard after the catch ability. All kinds.
And that's really the only thing that's working is the bubble screen game. It's opened up some room. Their biggest completions have been in the middle of the field, but you got not a lot of them.
I mean, you got a guy with a big-ass arm. I mean, even take 1 or 2 shots downfield and loosen them up even a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are privy to the all-22, but you can't have both. You can't have – okay, we're not taking field, and coverages will dictate what you do, okay? And if they're playing super soft and super deep, there's got to be stuff open underneath.
Yes.
And it's not regularly. So I can't believe that they're super soft every down. And, I mean, Hilton and Brown could blow the top off of that thing. And so, I don't know. It's just not – there's no balance to the passing attack. Everything is quick and everything is – we thought that would be the first game. That's third game.
Yeah. The excuse is wearing thin that, hey, it's deep coverage. They are not the only team in the United States of America that is facing soft coverage because they have fast receivers, okay? Texas has got fast receivers. Penn State's got fast receivers. Ohio State's got fast receivers. Make up your mind. You got to adjust that. LSU had fast receivers in 2019. They figured it out. And that's what this group's got to do. They got to figure it out. If they are giving you those looks, there's something to defeat every defense out there. You just got to execute it. And right now they're not.
Offensive line better than 2019?
No, I can't say that right now. That group Is this offensive line better than the 2000?
Said, was the offensive line in 2019 better than this team?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Was the quarterback better than this quarterback?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's and the offensive line, you got to be a little bit patient with. It's thrown together. It's just not a given that they need time. But game 3, there's really been no development, no progress through 3 games. The quarterback has been around too long, and we hold him to a higher standard.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the recipe with his ability, his pedigree, and his experience and continuity within, it's Brian Kelly's 4th year now. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's been a part of this staff that, for 4 years now. We hold him to a higher standard.
And I think we should. I think the coach does. I think he holds himself to that standard.
Yeah.
I think he set it up. And when you see him throw, and I know it was just one play, but he's made a bunch of not good decisions, not good. But the interception the other night, I literally can't believe he threw that ball. I can't. That is something that you expect a freshman in his first practice to throw. Okay, the guy that comes out of high school and is like, man, I can do anything because I was a great player in high school, and you get to the next level and you go, man, no, I can't do that anymore. For a 5th-year guy to make that throw, are you kidding me? I mean, that is the worst play of the year so far on either side of the ball. And I can't believe he threw that ball. So
Kelly either, and that's why he acted the way he did.
And he's coaching him hard, don't you think? I mean, from what we can see.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing to say. That was just, and that was sort of a frustrated throw because I think he wants to let it rip. Mm-hmm. Oh, he wants to take those. He wants to show off his arm. I mean, one of the ways to describe the description of Nussmeier in his sort of his ability as arm arrogance. Like he's gonna try and fit some balls in that you aren't going to see a whole lot of quarterbacks do. And sometimes it's that fine line. There ain't no arm arrogance on tape this season.
No.
And
when he's had chances, the deep balls have not been good. The first play of the game against Louisiana, not the first play, but the first series against Louisiana Tech, he's got Brown open. Boy, did he have him open. Yeah. He misses that throw about 15 yards, man. I don't understand.
Experienced quarterback's got a bit, but I think you probably you got to put more air under the ball. But but now, listen, what defense in the country are you going to take better? I mean, Ohio State looked good against Texas. Arch made his first road start, hostile environment. I mean, and you know what? He's not ready yet anyway. All right, so I mean, whose defense is better? I mean, Georgia. Georgia okay, right. I mean, you can't recruit at that level. I mean, they have had the last 5 years or so. They've had the best roster.
Yeah,
no question. I mean, those guys. I mean, and it starts with their defense. Well, it's just hard to maintain that for a period. Now with the roster, with guys are impatient. I'm not playing here. I'm going anyway. So, but Tennessee went up and down the field, and I mean, like chunk plays, brother. I mean, does Aguilar not give Heupel the ability to run his offense now?
Very much. So.
Yes, yeah. It's like everybody's been. You can breathe fresh. So it's not them. It's not Oregon, Miami. I mean, they could have been. They should have put Notre Dame in that kid's first road start away a little bit earlier. I mean, who is it? I mean, it's LSU. LSU has the best defense in the country. Best defense in the country. So, I mean.
And you did all of this without Whit Weeks. I mean, he gets thrown out of the game on the third play. That's either your best player or one of your 2 or 3 best players, and he missed the whole game.
So, and that's part of the strength of their defense. Yeah. They're good, and as and that was pertinent information. All of those Power 4 conference starts collectively from the 2 deep.
Yeah.
And so when you have injuries, well, you're forced to develop your bench. They got to get in there. And so you get away with it. Well, Weeks is back next week. Okay, so, but no, you know that if he's a little bit, no, man, we make sure you're right. We know this guy's shown already he can go for a little time here. And it's just when you got coverage like this, my man is having he's a kid in a candy store. I mean, he is going to get a lot of run, but at least he's doing it. He's bringing guys from everywhere. It reminds me when you had Travis Daniels and Corey Webster. When you had those guys, you can trust them out there by themselves, and I could bring. And then he'd bring Daniels every now and then, or Webster. And how about that? He brought 4. I like that, just to show it.
Yeah.
Show it, just so he is taking advantage of the personnel that he has, and he is being ultra creative, and you could tell the team is so comfortable because they are flying to it. They are flying around. They're thinking less, and they're reacting, and it's just Lagway, who missed a lot of his key developmental time in spring and then all the way through the summer and actually a week into camp. And it shows. But, damn it, he's never looked more confused than what he was, and that was for 60 minutes.
And that next man up, it's a football cliche, next man up. Wood Weeks goes out of the game. You put in Devon Keys, and we talked about all that experience in the two deeps. He's not one of them. He's not an experienced kid. He steps in and makes 14 tackles the other night. That's pretty good.
There's never been next man up voluntarily.
No, the starters are starters for a reason.
But it's football. You're going to lose guys. Yeah. I mean, you're going to lose guys. And so you better have – and this is what has kind of – so your first 22 – that's where the bulk of your payroll is going to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why? Well, but the depth has been compromised. Your depth's playing other places. I don't care if they're going to Mississippi State, Sage Ryan, Ole Miss, which by the way their defense is back to Ole Miss level. Okay, or a Tulane, a Nichols, whatever. I mean, that's where your depth is. Guys that can play that are going to be so. That's sort of why we still see some upsets and say, well, why? Wait, this team has no budget. How will they stay on the field? It's because the depth is now playing for some of these opponents.
Our first trip here to Chris's Specialty Foods, lunch Monday through Friday. We're on Highland Road, right across from Rufino's.
It's, I'm telling you, man, kid in a candy store. Let's start with the chicken, Charlie. Okay, because you go chicken, pork, beef, the seasonal stuff, wild game, seafood, different sides. I love the sides because you just put it in the oven for, I don't know, the 350 for about 30, 45 minutes. Your soups and gumbos, just homemade sausages and boudin. But the chicken, stuffed chickens. You can stuff. We got boudin stuffed chicken. We got cornbread stuffed chicken, crawfish and rice stuffed chickens. These are deboned chickens. You can just go right in the oven, and they are outstanding. Got the crawfish and rice, the shrimp and rice stuffed chickens, broccoli and rice stuffed chicken, and then we got hamburgers. You want something a little bit more healthy? Chicken patties to throw on the grill. Do your chicken sandwich. Pepper jack stuffed chicken thighs. How about that? Bacon wrapped chicken thighs. Spinach stuffed breasts. Seasoned wings as well. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Get that green egg ready.
Come see us here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road across from Rufino's. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And we return here, Chris's Specialty Foods, our first trip here. Invite you to come on by and see us for lunch here. Softshell crab po' boy is your special today. Serve lunch here every Monday through Friday at Chris's Specialty Foods. There's so many different topics we could get to because so much happened this weekend. But Jimmy, I can't get it out of my head how bummed I was this morning when got the news about Joe Burrow. You hate to ever say a guy is cursed or whatever, but man, and we've seen athletes that are injury prone before, chronic knee or elbow, hip, shoulder, whatever. But it's just so frustrating that time after time he has, and it's always something different. This is a turf toe. We've seen him with the wrist, with the knee, with the calf, and he's so good, and he's so fun to watch, and we were so lucky to be able to see him do it right here on the biggest stage. And I don't know, I have no particular allegiance to the Bengals other than that he and Chase play for them, but just so disappointing to see that news this
It
morning.
reminds me of when I was a kid, though, watching Burt Jones with the Colts.
Yeah.
I mean, no, man, you pulling for the Colts. I mean, he's our guy, and he was really good. And I don't know, man. Is he just fragile? I mean, is he? He didn't have the wisest approach. When he was a rookie, taking on hits, unnecessary hits, things like that. His coach was not the wisest, and with a weak offensive line, him leading the league in straight dropbacks. So they were just teeing off, and it was kind of a matter of time before he went down that first one. So it's when you have something extreme, and his injury history is extreme, it's usually contributing factors. And a little bit, if Joe had to do it again, ain't no doubt he wouldn't be. He'd find ways to win over his locker room other than taking unnecessary hits. I mean, the rules allow you to avoid hits if you're wise. So it's just unfortunate. But when it went down, it did not. I mean, I'm thinking knee. 100%. Who's thinking turf toe?
It's not something that you expect. I don't. You never. We see injuries and go, oh man, that's a knee. Oh, that's an Achilles. You never see something and go, oh, turf toe. I mean,
right.
But it's, and it doesn't sound serious, but it is. It's not something that you can play through. It's not a matter of toughness. It's one of those things you can't push off on the thing. So you can't play quarterback. You can't play any position, but you can't play quarterback, and you just want to. I don't see you want to blame somebody when this stuff happens, and it's really not. I want to. The Bengals are cheap. The Bengals don't have an offensive line, but they've invested. Maybe not the best talent evaluators in the world, but they spent a bunch of money on Orlando Brown. They used their first round pick a year ago on Amarius Mims from Georgia. They took another lineman on the second day this year. They've signed 2 or 3 guys. It's not the best offensive line, but it's not like they haven't tried to address it. They've got him weapons, and he keeps himself in shape. It's not like, oh, well, look, you're not in good shape, so these chronic injuries keep happening. And like I said, it's something different every time. It's just frustrating because you want to be able to say, damn it, that's why, and quit doing that, and then it'll be fine. And
no, his toughness is off. He would play through pain.
Yeah. He didn't miss a game here.
These are injuries that I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, he was laid out in Phoenix, Glendale, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, laid
right
out.
Back.
And Ogeron's one of his favorites. Or get from past Christian, the quarterback Miles. Get Miles ready. F you. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. So, and comes back and throws all kinds of touchdown passes in that one. I mean, he's beyond tough, taking on the toughest guys in practice because they're mouthing off or whatever.
Practice ribs in the national championship game that year.
Is that right?
One of the hits on a touchdown.
So he gonna play through pain. These are injuries. No, it's not. It's not.
I think not only did he not miss a game, I think the only practices I remember him missing were before the Alabama game his junior year here. Other than that, I don't think he even missed practices. And yet this.
No, he went and organized his own practices.
Yeah, in the summertime.
Yeah. Well,
so the only time he was hurt enough to hold him out of practice was like three practices the week before Alabama. He was incredibly durable, and now it's just incredibly frustrating to see somebody that good.
The reason they protect the quarterbacks is because they're hit in compromise. Running backs are hit in the hole. You up running with body lean. You're anticipating contact. There's contact. I mean, when you're in the pocket, you're compromised at different angles, and it just. But a toe, wow. This is kind of
a toe, a wrist, a calf. Not these.
And part of his toughness is he's going to hang in the pocket and deliver the ball while taking hits.
Yeah.
And
Bengals are 2-0.
Yes, and that's the screwed up part is that they've gotten the breaks through 2 games. A game they definitely should have lost against Cleveland. And yesterday, the way that thing was unfolded, they could have, especially with the backup coming in, probably should have lost that one as well. So, Jacksonville kind of throwing up on themselves a little bit. Live here at Chris's Specialty Foods. Don't forget, like the pork that we have over here. Tenderloins, we've got cream cheese and jalapeno stuffed tenderloins. Kitchen sink stuffed pork tenderloin, Charlie, with boudin, pork sausage, pepper jack cheese, jalapenos, onions, bell peppers. Talk about good. Center cut pork chop, bacon wrapped pork chops, tasso, baby back ribs, and all the stuff that we have here are ready to go into the oven or go onto the grill. So it makes it really easy cooking. Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title, Chad Reynolds and Legacy Title. For all of your real estate closings, 296-0060. Full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Fast, friendly, professional services, which you get with our great team. Ashley Donald, Mariana Haynes, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Natalie and Bradford Smith. Buying, building, refinancing. Nobody choose but you. Choose Chad Reynolds and Legacy Title.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at Lunch 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch with Ott and Annie. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Chris's Specialty Foods is right across the street from Rufino's, just a little short drive off of Interstate 10. So come by and see us serving lunch every weekday. And today you can get the soft shell crab po' boy. But they have different specials every day here at Chris's Specialty Foods. Weekend in college football, there were a bunch of blowouts, but the good games were off the chart good games. From Georgia's overtime win against Tennessee, when Tennessee, by Kirby Smart's own admission, should have won the game, had a very makeable field goal to win the game. Texas A&M and Notre Dame, this one comes down to an extra point attempt that the holder can't handle. A&M returns the most bizarre kind of circumstances. Notre Dame misses the extra point because the holder can't grab it. A&M down 6 points, returns the kickoff for a touchdown, gets it called back, and then shakes that off and puts the game-winning drive together.
Helped to win the game, though.
It did.
Notre Dame scoring.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is going to score.
At the very least a field goal.
Yes, yes. With 4 or 5 minutes to go. Yeah.
4th and goal from the 11 to the backup tight end.
I wasn't crazy about Elko's clock management there. I thought he was burning timeouts because I'm sorry, it's your last chance. You're going to have to score. You got to milk the clock down more. And the only reason they milked it down is because it took them so many snaps to score. So I wasn't crazy. I mean, having to score on 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. So, but it's guys on the road making plays for these SEC teams, whether it's Marcel Reed at A&M or Gunnar Stockton for Georgia, and that's some growth. Now, you throw a party like J.J. McCarthy. It ain't all figured out just yet, but it's a big step. It's a big step. And confidence isn't a light switch. Need more confidence. No, you have to prepare. You have to accomplish something. You have to succeed to get some confidence. And both of these guys, they now have. They've gone through some things on the road. Man, those are great environments, too. Notre Dame was a great environment Saturday night. It's no doubt Neyland Stadium was on Saturday. And how about that? That's 9 straight now. And Aguilar was great for Tennessee. And so it's just those young quarterbacks, you may have a higher expectation level from them moving forward.
The quarterbacks that we came into the year talking about, Nussmeier, Klubnik, Arch Manning, of course.
Why is he included with those guys when they have so many starts and so much experience? Why? I mean, because he's hype,
Yes.
No, okay. Well, that's for other shows. That's for other outlets. But Arch Manning hadn't done anything.
Okay.
And he was playing behind a guy who was drafted in the 6th round, like Spurrier said. I mean, hype is one thing, but Klubnik, we have a level of expectation.
Right.
Nussmeier, we should have a level. Arch hasn't done it yet.
No, but I'm talking about who was up there in the Heisman or whatever. Drew Aller, who has played 3 preseason games to this point, so they'll finally play a football game this weekend.
No, Charlie. No, after that brutal 3-game stretch, they have a bye.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, indeed. No. That's the best part of the schedule.
I thought
they need a breather after that.
It's the next one. Sorry.
No.
My bad.
Those 3 games where they're favored by 130 points combined. They need a breather after that before they host Oregon.
Well, God bless. Then
I can't believe. Don't mess that up.
Everybody take a few weeks. Take a few days off. Then before we're talking about those quarterbacks, and now who are we talking about? We should be talking about John Mateer. We should be talking about.
Well, he
Joe
got
Aguilar.
some. He had a chance.
Yeah, off the transfer. He was the number 1 transfer guy. Marcel Reed, Mateer, and Carson Beck is off to a really good start for Miami. These guys, I asked you on Sunday, is Marcel Reed a good dark horse for the Heisman right now? Well, I don't even know if we can call him a dark horse. He's in the top 6 right now, and he's dangerous because we knew what he could do with his feet. Now, he threw for another 360 yards the other night. I mean, on the road against a pretty good roster over there. I love what Mateer's doing. I love what Aguilar's doing. To me, Marcel Reed's right there with him.
They ready to throw a parade for BK's replacement up in Notre Dame, huh? They're favored in both of those games.
Yeah, and
they're favored in both of those games.
And could have won both of those games.
How many is Brian Kelly? Was it 43 in a row now? 44? What is it?
Oh, against when you're favored against non-ranked opponents, or
favored.
Just favored. Period.
Favored.
And they could have won both games. They had an opportunity to win both games.
Well, they did.
And it came up. No, it came up just short. And then the other game, quarterback we spent a lot of time in the summer talking about, and I like him, Lenore Sellers, came out. Good
man, he was on fire early,
and then he gets knocked out of the game, and Diego Pavia,
Diego Vanderbilt,
he's been there.
Might name the stadium after him.
Well, when you play for 17 years, he's got more games in the stadium than
it's hard to tell because Sellers, who we know he can run, but his arm has been. It just looks like it hasn't really. He was on fire with his arm early. He averaged 15. It was like 8 of 9, but like 15 yards an attempt to start the game. And when he went out, I think it was 7-7, maybe 10-7. It deflated it seemed to deflate the whole team. It's impossible to prove. It's one of those intangibles. But you watch the game, it just wasn't the same team. Vanderbilt just beat them as like they were playing Eastern Michigan or something. And we don't think South Carolina's 22 was as good as they were last year. They lost an explosive player on offense. They lost a ton on a really good defense. And that's not a program that reloads every year. But it's Sellers that was going to have to carry him, do more of the heavy lifting for this team as opposed to being a luxury and will go through the inconsistencies of a young, super athletic quarterback. It was just deflation when he went down. And I've never seen Shane Beamer. I mean, he went old school Brian Kelly crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he went banana, like veins popping out of his head because they got the call. He got a targeting call, and I'm pretty sure it was on the Sellers when he went down. He thought it was and it wasn't a vicious hit. I mean, it wasn't like, oh man, I'm a dirty hit. It was, I mean, guys, targeting gets called, and so, but man, when he went out, it was a different game. Is he going to be out for this week for concussion protocol? And then, I mean, isn't that usually you get knocked out for a concussion?
Most
it's
of the time,
one more week, huh?
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Missouri's a 13.5-point favorite, so they're suggesting that Sellers is probably out of that game.
I would, yeah. And that's in Columbia, though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Another quarterback who's been around the block a few times, Haynes King for Georgia Tech had a big game against Clemson. He threw for over 200 and ran for over 100. And Georgia Tech hits a 55-yard field goal at the gun to win it 24-21. I asked you this Saturday, Jimmy, after the game. Does Georgia Tech's win over Clemson make you reevaluate LSU?
Well, it has to. Okay, but this is one when we thought Clemson was better, that this was a tough spot. I mean, it's on the road. I mean, keep in mind, this is their game on their schedule. Their game against Georgia, which they let slip away from them last year in Athens, is at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. It's not on campus. This is their game, and they were fired up. But Klubnik, and they lost to a good team on the road at the gun with a 55-yard field goal. I mean, I don't care if Clemson beat LSU by 40. That's not that out of the ordinary. But with Klubnik, the two bad turnovers, I mean, you take a hit. You're carrying the ball. He's carried the ball a bunch. I mean, he came out so easily. I mean, that led to points. And then it kept him from getting points when it's 2nd and goal from inside the 5, and he throws an interception. I mean, you just can't, I mean, those are first-year starting plays out of your quarterback.
Yeah.
And they rallied. They got into it. Is Clemson going to be a top 15 team? It's going to take a little work. I mean, you're going to have to. You can't slip up at Louisville. They're going to beat North Carolina on the road, and then that's it. I mean, Florida State at home. Florida State got a shot. They have a shot. So that's not. And they're just. How good were they last year? Are they that much better this year? They have everybody returning, but the defense is overrated.
Very much so.
I mean, come on. That's oh man, they got the best. They don't have the best personnel team. They didn't even have the best defense in the country. They didn't have the best defense on the field in their season opener. That's not even close either.
No. And one game on the schedule you didn't mention. They go to South Carolina at the end of the season.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Sellers is playing.
I'm sorry.
That's another. So this is what I think. It doesn't do a whole lot to change my mind about LSU. LSU's problems are LSU's problems, regardless of what happens to Clemson. It does change my mind. When we did the post game after the first game, I said I really believe that this will be a top 5 win in college football this season because I thought that Clemson would be 10-2 or 11-1. I guess 10-2 still on the table, but you got no margin for error.
Probably 9-3.
That's a much better. That's a much better guess. So that win is the win's not going to hurt them, but I thought that if it came down to a decision on LSU and another team with the same record, that the Clemson win would trump just about any other win out there, and I don't think that anymore.
There's two things that have dampened my enthusiasm on LSU, and part of it is Clemson, but more of it is Sunbelt Billy, Bayou Billy. Who thinks Florida's any good? Florida was every bit the roster that LSU was on Saturday night.
I think Florida's talented.
23-10 first downs.
Yeah.
I mean, more yardage. I mean, no, their quarterback way more mistakes. Our defense is more playmaking. Because we can bring pressure and recover so good. Okay, we're better, but they didn't outclass a Florida team that nobody around here really respects.
And it's not. After watching them again, it shouldn't be because of the talent level. Who do you think's got better defensive personnel, Florida or Clemson? The fact that you got to think about it answers the question.
I think Florida.
Yeah, at the very least, it's a wash, and that's a poorly coached team. I'm sorry. Maybe it was a fine coach.
I saw LSU have way more issues moving the ball against Florida than they. I mean,
there's athletes over there, and they're not getting the return on the rate of return on their talent doesn't match. That's not 20 and 21 talent. I realize this is over a 3+ year period now, but no, I'm sorry.
Klubnik's run came from. Listen, he had a lot of padded stats again. It's Texas, and that was a big spotlight game, and that was a very good defense. That was on the road in a playoff situation. So, no, we got to give him some. But that was, he's had way more ordinary games in that, and he was very ordinary. on Saturday. Max, we talked about Clemson a lot in the offseason.
Yeah, I was wrong on them. I'm ready to say that. And, I mean, their schedule, when you look at it now, is a little bit harder going forward because they got Florida State, who's a lot better than we thought. They're at Louisville, at South Carolina in the season. We knew that was going to be tough. But, yeah, they were clearly overrated, by myself included. I thought they might be the number one team in the nation, and they're not. But LSU, by the way, was 4.5-point favorite, let's not forget, against Florida. That's the way it closed. So the market thought that on a neutral field, LSU and Florida were not far apart. That's what the smart people, the national market, thought. Now, maybe they do that differently now after watching the game, but once again, Florida's got some credit in the betting
Didn't that line go down between the end of the Clemson game and the kickoff?
It did. It definitely did.
2.5 points?
What's that?
The LSU line went down from 7 to 4.5 between the end of the Clemson game and LSU's kickoff.
Yes, absolutely. No, people lost their enthusiasm. Yeah, because that was clearly the standalone. You had a few Alabama fans watching Wisconsin. No, but there was a light 11 a.m. window, and that was the most high profile. It was the best game, too.
LSU's going to continue to get disrespected by LSU fans' perspective in the betting market. I think you're going to continue to see in the future money to come in against them, especially when you look at 5 interceptions in a game that they won by 10.
5-0 interceptions, penalties. I mean,
5-1, but
I can't believe that they only had 7 accepted penalties. It seemed like they had to pay. And just to make sure, if they didn't put the game away on Durham's run, they were going to have 12 men on the field just to make sure. It was over.
They had an 87-yard penalty. I know that. that one was big.
Totally different game if that's upheld.
We're brought to you by Total Maintenance, AC and heating, generators, electricity, and plumbing, your one-stop service shop for all of these needs. Full-service offices in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Their motto since 1980 has been service today, every day, so nobody ever has to go to sleep hot. Authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daykin, and Rheem AC units, Generac, and Cummings generators for all your electrical and plumbing needs as well. In Baton Rouge, 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day at Total Maintenance. Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Little recruiting news. This is interesting to me. We don't talk a lot of recruiting on this show, but LSU got a commitment from quarterback Peyton Houston. This is a 27 commitment. He is the top-ranked pocket passer in ESPN's Junior 300, although he is rated lower than that in some of the other rankings. He's out of Shreveport. This is the class that includes Elijah Haven from the Dunham School, who is a consensus number one player in the class, and also Colton Nussmeier, Garrett Nussmeier's younger brother, who is also a top 40, 50 national recruit. Houston says that it's big for him to stay home. He was at the game on Saturday night, and he is committed. So we'll see what this does. Haven is the number one player on everybody's list, and if you listen to the recruiting guys, Shea Dixon's on with us every Saturday on pregame. A lot of people think that maybe a slight lean to Florida at this point. But, of course, that's very much up in the air because who's going to be the coach?
So, he doesn't know this.
So it's very hard to say that, that they're in the lead or anything.
He was at the game Saturday as well.
He was there as well. And then, of course, Colton Nussmeier, we saw him on TV at the Clemson game. Obviously, he's going to go to his brother's game. So this is interesting. This is there were three quarterbacks in that class. This guy and the other two. This guy's the first to say, I'm headed to Baton Rouge. So we'll see what that long way to go between now and signing date. But wanted to mention that Peyton Houston
saw some college players Friday night down at the Dome. Rumbling U High played earlier, but including a big lineman, American Heritage and Carr, and the big defensive tackle. I forget his name,
Anderson.
But didn't start playing football until ninth grade. Basketball player, good on his feet. He's a load to move at 340. Can work, has some work to do on his body a little bit, but doesn't take downs off and doesn't come out the game. And he's disruptive, and I think he's got a chance, especially if you're surrounded with some quality defensive linemen as well.
Our number 2 at Chris Specialty Foods, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Right across the street from Rufino's, Chris's Specialty Foods. Come on by and see us here. Daily lunch menu specials Monday through Friday, and today it is the soft shell crab po' boy.
Soft shell crab po' boy. We do other po' boys as well, including a shrimp po' boy, catfish, or even a ribeye po' boy. How about the lobster or crawfish rolls? Charlie, knuckle and claw meat from the lobster, smothered in seasoned butter and served on a traditional challah roll. Challah roll. Soup, salads. I mean, we got different your choice of baked potato, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish and corn, or shrimp and corn. So that's some of the soups that we have here available. Baked potato soup, Charlie, really good.
Oh,
so
I like that,
crawfish and corn, shrimp and corn. So that's all good over here. It's available at our deli. That serves lunch here 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We also serve daily plate lunch specials as well, but loaded baked potato, steak fries, a crawfish queso, boudin cakes, and a little bit of everything. Wraps, sandwiches, salads, all part of our deli over here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland right across from Rufino's.
Saints fall to 0-2 with their 26-21 loss to the Niners yesterday in the Superdome. Jimmy, we were down in New Orleans, and we watched this game. Mac Jones, a quarterback for San Francisco in place of Brock Purdy.
Played okay.
He played really well. 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was also without George Kittle, but they got the backup tight ended up catching 4 balls yesterday. And this is a very evenly played game. The yardstick is almost identical. The turnovers were almost identical. The time of possession had about a 30-second differential. Spencer Rattler, he threw 3 touchdown passes. He didn't throw any interceptions. Each team had 3 sacks. Everything went down, pretty evenly in the Niners won the game.
But one big thing. Who was winning most of the time?
San Francisco
the
was
whole
ahead.
time.
Yeah.
Weren't they? I mean, did the Saints ever have the lead?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, the San Francisco didn't. I guess would the Saints get the ball? They had to go. And you like said, what's the odds here that they're going to go 80 yards in 2.5 minutes? How much time do they have? 2.5.
240 from their own 6-yard line.
Yeah, and need a touchdown.
Right.
Even with Rattler has he looked better in his 10 starts or so?
No, I'd say that's top of the line, yeah. Top of the mark.
Yeah. So, you still just – it was just kind of – my point is when you protect the lead, you have they were making sure they were not going to beat themselves with San Francisco. And so, I don't know. It's just kind of a –
that attitude right there is what I felt. We were down in New Orleans yesterday, and you were there all weekend, okay? What you just did right there was what I saw from most of the Saints fans that I encountered. I don't want to say I was shocked, but I was surprised because the Saints fan base is very vocal, even when the big picture is not bright. They're like, hey, why do you guys care that you win a game in Week 14 when your record's 3-10 or whatever? Because they're Saints fans. They're a passionate group. And I got a lot of that yesterday. Whatever. They're like just exactly how you couldn't have said it better if you just
giving away tickets, Charlie.
Giving away
tickets.
The 49er fans outnumbered the Saints fans.
But not in the Dome.
Not in the Dome, no. But I'm talking about where we were.
Well, we're in a tourism area.
Fair enough.
We're in the height of the tourism area, into tourism, yes. But San Francisco, and I used to work down there when, they were in our division, and we were glad to see them. They always brought the most, and that was in the Montana, young era, but they still travel well. You see when they go down to Los Angeles and play.
Yeah.
It's way more San Francisco fans than Rams fans. So they have a good following, but I wasn't shocked that at Caesars that they had more. They were more 49er fans wearing their gear than Saints fans.
Okay,
I wasn't.
And you're right about the tourism aspect.
But I love when I walked in with the equipment about 8:45 in the morning, and my man with the Marcus Colston jersey sitting by the big World Series of Poker chip, and they had Boys to Men on, and my man just dancing by himself, baby, with his little cup, and he was. I was like, man, if we all woke up like you, brother, I said, this place would be a better world, huh? He said, that's what it's all about. It was funny. They just. people are going to not get excited. They don't want to get emotionally invested when they know they don't have a chance.
And that's basically it. Okay, they could have won the game, but what would it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a shame that we're in
listen,
week 2.
If they win and if they go down and make that drive and they win at the end, you would have heard them.
Sure,
you would have heard them.
Yeah,
you would have heard them. They'd have come out. That's when a few coming out the slot machines, off the tables, everywhere else.
Right.
I mean, they would have. You would have heard them more. They just don't want to. I mean, there's no confidence to wear your gear to go show. I mean, it's just where they are. I mean, you're back to when when I was a kid. Make sure you buy a program, and because you give you something to do at the game because you make paper airplanes, see if you can make it from the terrace all the way to the 50-yard line. They're competitive. We used to love. I mean, it was, oh man, Saints played great. No, they lost. Yeah, they lost, but we're in it.
Mm-hmm. It feels
we weren't
like
embarrassed
this year, right? They're 0-2. There's not everyone's outraged. I mean, it's just you have no expectations. So whatever you do is kind of like,
they were in both games.
They're competitive.
Well, these are 2 games on this schedule. Certainly, with all the injuries, man.
Yeah.
I heard all kinds of New Orleans media said, "Oh yeah, we should win." Oh, we should. Wait a minute, huh?
I don't know about should win, but
no. Purdy's out. This one's out. This one. No, the Saints should win.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is. I guess they're hoping, but for what?
To be competitive, you have to be in a game with a team that's got this many people
out. It makes me feel a little bit better that Rattler is playing above my expectation. Maybe that Shuck isn't totally garbage. I mean, because Rattler is. I mean, they're playing to win, and this guy gives them the best chance. And I would be surprised if Shuck could play. And there's 2 games combined, and I was not impressed. In week 1. But it's a tough situation for Rattler. And it would have been tough for Shuck. But, I mean, J.J. McCarthy didn't look good last night. I mean, he didn't look good for 3 quarters in the first game. But he's playing better, and so, they can take their time with him. But the team plays hard. They were in it. They could have won it, but they never led. It was gate to wire. I mean, did San Francisco score on the first drive or second? I know it was early. So, I mean, at that point, what was the time of the first score?
Second drive.
Yeah, so first quarter on, they led the whole game. Mm-hmm. Never tied.
No.
Yeah.
Rattler 18th now in QBR for the season. He's very comparable to another guy in his draft class, Caleb Williams. Who went number 1?
I know. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Williams might not be worthy of the number 1 pick. Okay, I mean, who's not going to take Daniels ahead of him now? But come on, I mean, what do you? So what's your point? Rattler's as good as Williams? Is that what you want?
It's just second year. They're in the same class.
Shit.
Williams has played more.
You need some help, boy.
I'm not saying Williams is. He's got the same future.
Really? Okay. Well, what are you saying? Why you bring that up?
Because Rattler's in a decent spot.
Why didn't you
he's an average quarterback. He's not the problem that the Saints have. The Saints have other problems. The quarterback is not the problem.
Quarterback is one of the problems, definitely. Yes, indeed.
It's not a leading problem at all.
It is.
18th in QBR.
Okay, so the 32 quarterbacks, where do you have him ranked? If you tell me 18, you just pack your stuff and go. I mean, come on.
I'll go 27.
Okay, that's fair. All right, that's fine. And where would you have Williams?
Not far ahead. 24.
I got Williams right in the middle. He does some things that that defense got shredded yesterday.
He's running out of excuses. He's got Ben Johnson.
No. You don't want the guy, the first overall pick, to be 17th. Okay, on your are you looking for 17 when you draft him for number 1, Charlie?
No.
Is Jaden Daniels 17?
Let me
Not
ask
close.
Let me
He's
ask
top
it this
10.
way: if the Saints have a top 5 pick in next year's draft, are they taking a quarterback?
Yes.
If the Bears have a top 5 pick in next year's draft, are they taking a quarterback?
They might have to think about it.
No,
they're not.
No,
Max, no.
They're not. They're not going to give up on him that quick.
I
think Rattler has, played better than I expected him to.
He played about what I expected in game 1. Okay, it was below average. It was not great. Yesterday, yes, Yes, that was clearly better than what I expected.
So
yes,
he's
yes.
improving. So good for him. I mean,
clearly and considerably better. Yeah, no, he was fine. Yesterday, to Max's point, he was not their problem. Yesterday was not their.
And you want to see him get better? Okay, good.
His numbers
good for him.
should have been better because Juwan Johnson had 2 balls hit him right in the
Made a lot
chest.
of catches too.
He did make a great catch for the end zone touchdown. But I'm just saying, could have been better if there were a couple drops by him and Olave in that game. So
nobody else has drops.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You gotta get that out your system, boy. I mean, I know you
He's
want.
fine. He's fine. That's all. I'm not saying he's the future. He's fine. Rattler is fine.
For what? Fine for what? He's 27. You're content with the 27th best quarterback? Your evaluation, the 27th best quarterback? He is not the
future. He is not the future, but he's fine for this team this year.
Fine for what?
Fine to get him a high draft pick.
3 and 14?
Fine to get him a high draft pick.
No, we need Shuck in there.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think Shuck could play like he did yesterday.
Okay, well, you might be right.
And by the way, went under the radar, but Saturday, the Saints confirmed they are tanking, essentially, this year, trading for Jalen Polk, who's out for the season.
Yeah.
Planning for the future. I mean, we got to give Loomis, I guess, a little bit of credit. I mean, they're making trades for next year. So
I'll give Loomis credit for one thing. I watched that Washington game the other night. He got rid of Lattimore at the right time. I'll give him credit for that one because Lattimore is not the player.
Seafood over here at Chris's Specialty Foods, like the crawfish pies, crab meat pies, stuffed shrimp, salmon burgers, crab cakes, seafood stuffed bell peppers, stuffed portobello mushrooms, jalapeno and chicken sausage. So you talk about really, really good stuff. Sides, stuffed potatoes, cream spinach, stuffed potato casserole, mac and cheese, green bean casserole, crawfish bread. Oh, talk about smothered cabbage, smothered corn, yams, and cornbread dressing as well. Just different foods that we have here over at Chris's Specialty Foods. We're also serving lunch 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our special today is a soft shell crab po' boy here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland, right across from Rufino's. Live at lunch, live at Chris's, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Chris's Specialty Foods are right across the street from Rufino's. Monday through Friday, serving lunch, including the the fried soft shell crab.
Fried soft shell crab po' boy, Charlie.
That's what I meant.
There you go. There you go. Great day on Football Friday.
Yeah,
everybody won. Everybody won.
Yeah, got the 5.
I knew this was coming. 20-15 as a whole. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Did Charlie have a winning week?
He did. 5-0.
5-0, Charlie.
I want you to take note that I did not either go into Football Sunday or to this show peacocking.
No?
I've learned my lesson.
Yes. No, I will do it for you. I will do it for you.
The gambling overlords.
But it was
winning.
It was winning days on both Football Friday and Football Sunday. So it's good. It's good.
72-55 lock of the week Friday. Now.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay. And yesterday.
I'm
compiling those records now.
Yeah.
I was 1-1 yesterday. I had the Colts, did not, and had the Chiefs. Missed with the Chiefs.
Oh, you got one tonight.
And I got one tonight. I got the Bucks tonight, and we're against each other now. You
want to talk about why? I mean, it is. Mahomes ran it 6 times against the Chargers. He ran it, 4 times. These number of rushes are going way. It's just. The one guy, the receiver, Rashee Rice, is out for 6 games. I get it. Maybe he will come back, but he is running the ball way too much for all of his accomplishments and all of it. He's just – that's not what they want to do. That's the last thing, actually, they want to do is put him in harm's way because then they got no shot. So, I mean – and, speaking of quarterback injuries and rolling the dice and things like that, Charlie, if you want to blame anybody, we didn't. I mean, Max, brought up the point, but it is protection. And the protection has been consistently subpar. And, when they gave him the money, they gave his receivers the money, everybody, but it's not flag football. And you better protect your investment. And, okay, they signed a guy from another squad. Well, he was sketchy with them, and they missed on this guy. Whether it was a late start, which it was, every year they've been in the bottom 6 in protection win rate. 27 to 32, it's kind of a ticking time bomb.
I guess. I mean, did he get hurt because of a hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It was his left toe, his left cleat got caught in the ground. I saw the turf there,
he folded under him. I mean, multiple guys are sacking him, yeah.
Did he get hurt? Okay, I'm going somewhere with this. Did he get hurt with the calf injury because
that was
of
on his own.
Of a hit?
No, that was non-contact.
That was a
camp.
non-contact.
Yeah.
He had the appendicitis. He had the appendix attack.
Unlucky.
That was unlucky.
The hand.
He hits a helmet. I mean,
That's protection? Yeah.
That could happen. It's kind of. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't disagree with you that the protection hasn't been good, but a lot of these injuries have just been sort of flukish.
Torn ACL.
I guess.
That
one was
much.
That one wasn't flukish.
No.
But some of the other ones have been.
All right, that's 2. Yeah. That's 2 required surgery.
I'd say 2.5.
Over the hand, maybe. Yeah.
I would say 2.5.
I'm not saying the protection doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm saying they have had a little bit of bad luck to go along with that. And
the bulk of it has been protection.
If you had drafted better, okay, they understand their issues. They just haven't drafted. The Saints have put enormous resources into their offensive line, and it's still not for the amount of first-round draft picks they have invested. Yes. They should be a top 6 or so offensive line.
There's no doubt, but you miss. Jamar Chase is on his way to Canton.
Yeah,
should have taken Penei Sewell. Sorry, said it on draft night.
You did. You have been very consistent in your opinion there.
I've got to protect him. I showed that I couldn't protect him this year. That was the year he was already. It's draft and he's still rehabbing. I mean, No, protect your investment. Penei Sewell, if Penei Sewell at that left tackle or right tackle, whatever, he would have taken less hits.
And that's inarguable.
It's inarguable.
Penei Sewell
would he have pulled his calf like he did again? Probably. Okay, but he would not be getting hit as much as he does. And he gets rid of the ball quick. You ain't got to worry about a Burrow, pre-snap processing and kind of anticipating where he needs to go, where coverage is and things like that. Now, will he hang in there and he's not just going to fall down and, his toughness is being a little bit added to a little bit of this risk that he will hang in there and take a hit while delivering because he wasn't looking to get out. It just kind of caved in on him yesterday. So I mean, it sucks, but you got to control what you can control. And Penei Sewell was and with Jamar Chase being the best receiver in the league, Jamar Chase is on his way to Canton, Ohio, in which it's difficult to do where the passing numbers are greater than it have ever been. Because if you compare receivers now, they're playing more games. It's more of a passing game that you're going to pass up the guys that played 10, 15, 20 years ago from you. So you got more candidates, and he's gone. He's going to be in Canton, and still you got to have to protect. Who's the young guy that caught the ball yesterday? Is it Tipton? Which is the young receiver for Cincinnati? I think he may have caught a touchdown yesterday.
Gibson's a Saint.
No, yeah.
Was a Saint.
What's this guy's name? But he made some really good catches.
Boss? You're not talking about him.
No. He's Tinsley. He's a rookie. Oh, yeah. And he was a kind of a camp star. He made some really nice catches in preseason.
That standalone preseason game they played against Washington, I think it was, he made 2 unbelievable catches that night.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, you got to kind of get some of those guys instead of putting all and not investing more in your offensive line.
And I like T. Higgins. I think he's a fantastic receiver, but I might have taken that money and put it somewhere else. I could even live with them putting that money on defense. Where
how did they win yesterday? Huh?
The Jaguars aren't.
Lawrence was having a good day. Yes, I mean we've seen
bad interception. No,
he did. It's a 2.
2. Yeah.
Okay, well that's how they lost. That's how they lost.
Yeah. Always has had a problem with that
lost.
random high ball, that airmail. He's always had a problem. Even at Clemson, doesn't throw it in the ground. He throws it high, gets him in trouble sometimes. That's been a mistake in Lawrence's career.
He's got all the physical, but his accuracy is, if you want accuracy in decision making.
Liam Cohen, the head coach, even told him at one point on the sideline, hit him in the chest. You could see him sort of signaling that he kind of rubbed him off, Lawrence. That was a little bit of an interesting visual there. I want to go back to one thing y'all mentioned, the Chiefs earlier. I hate to say this because it seems like it's frowned upon to say these things. Patrick Mahomes, if you look at his stats since 2022, his passes of over 20 yards, he's bottom 5 in the league. He has struggled with the deep ball. He missed Thornton on a wide open deep ball at one point.
How about postseason?
Certainly, he's played a lot of postseasons.
Well, when it's who do you want on his team a little bit anymore? Who do you want quarterback of your team better than Mahomes? In the big spots.
In the playoffs, that takes Lamar out, I guess, a little bit.
I'll give you a stat. The last 6 Super Bowls, they've been to 5 of them. And they've won 3 of them. Since Tyreek Hill left, there have been fewer deep balls.
Their defense has been what they've relied on a little bit at times in the playoffs. I mean, I hate to say it because they've been so successful, but his deep ball is not what it was when he first came in the league. It just hasn't been.
But when you put him in the playoffs, I mean, he makes plays, man. I mean, I'm sorry, but I think it's finally caught up. Everything is caught up with this team. Kelsey gets way too excited when he catches his 1 or 2 balls a game now. I mean, he's caught up in different
the
things.
Interception in the end zone.
Missed it. It's just, a 2017 game. I never felt like one team was just so much better than the other. I mean, even a 2017 game. I mean, the Eagles are so much better than the Chiefs. And it's finally made the run. There were some people that predicted it. If the Chargers didn't lose their tackle, I was taking them to win the division. I was taking them over. I was taking them on a lot of things. But man, you lose offense. Harbaugh. That means a ton for a Harbaugh coach team. But Denver's a team. Denver should be 2-0. I mean, they had one robbed from them yesterday. So Kansas City's run. Then it was 10, 11 straight divisions,
something like that. Yeah.
I mean. It's just
every run.
I mean, yes. I mean, that's a hell of a run. I mean,
and they can reinvent themselves around Mahomes again. And I'm not saying that they won't come back from an 0-2 start and make the playoffs. Although the odds,
but he's had protection.
The odds really go down when you get to 2.
Protection issues and a lot of real just a parade of mediocre receivers trying to go through there. And Rice is the one guy that he's out right now. So, but Kelsey's not close. Not close to what he was.
9 straight division titles. For the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Max said 5 out of 6 Super Bowls.
The league is not designed for teams to go on runs for that long. It's designed to give. I mean, it's what Pete Rozelle always wanted. That everybody. No, when he said, "I want parity in the league," everybody said, "Well, you want everybody to go 8-8? Everybody remembers the great teams." No, they don't want anybody to stink for 15 years with no chance. They don't want anybody to win 8 Super Bowls in 10 years. They don't want that. That's bad for the overall
this
product.
This is a historic run.
Yeah. I mean, historic run. All things come to an end.
I mean, Buffalo with Allen, I mean, it's not like they haven't had competition.
Right.
Like when the Bills win that 4, elderly Montana, not a good Raiders team. I'm talking about the team. Miami was lucky to get there. I mean, and then Denver. That's the 4 teams that beat in the conference championship games. I mean, that's not this era's Baltimore, Buffalo. It's just not.
And they can reinvent themselves.
Cincinnati with Burrow.
They can reinvent themselves around Mahomes. How many players from New England's 5th Super Bowl and 6th Super Bowl were still on the team? Because it was a 10-year gap. Brady, and I think Brady might be the only one.
I mean, with this many starts with Mahomes to keep you in the game like he did strictly with his legs against the Chargers game in Brazil he's His supporting cast is just not as strong.
When Patrick Mahomes wins his last Super Bowl, whenever that is, there will be no players left from when he won his first Super Bowl. He's that good. Okay, they'll reinvent the team around him.
Will he get to it? He might not get to another one.
Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think he will.
I was talking about him at one point like he would be better than Tom Brady. And I'm just saying right now I don't think we can view it the same way.
All that off of 2 games, huh?
No. This has been a 3-year thing.
No. Charlie,
his deep ball has declined.
They've had their fair share. I mean, all the conspiracy theories with the calls. I mean, they've gotten so many calls game-deciding calls and things like that. So,
all right.
I mean, it's just they've had their everything fall their way. A lot of the time. So, but let me ask you: Are they going to win the division this year?
No. I was with you. I thought that there were legitimate everybody's better now. Okay?
Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
They had the 3 worst coaches in the league for, a 3-year stretch? Mm-hmm. And now they have 3 they got 3 guys that have either won national championships or Super Bowls or both that are coaching. So.
Don't forget, over here, our friends at Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime. Got in an accident, totaled my car. Oh, geez, what a headache, huh? Well, had to get a rental car, had to try and get to the doctor's office, had to get to a specialist. Dana takes care of all of that for you. So, and especially with dealing with the insurance companies and all the things. They're not in the business to just throw money at you. So, I mean, Dana's going to negotiate and know exactly what's entitled to you and, set you up with the doctor's appointment, set you up with this specialist, handle with the insurance companies. Just remove as much aggravation through this whole process because it's not fun. There's no doubt about it. You got to get a new car. You get a rental car. The whole thing, it's a pain. You're missing some work all of a sudden, so you got to go to these continuous doctor's appointments. Call my buddy Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at Lunch 104.5, ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch with Ott and Yanni. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And return here for a few minutes before we take you to the Brian Kelly press conference. See what he's got to say after a chance to look at the film. He was, after the Louisiana Tech game, he was not exactly over the moon. Showed up Monday in a much better frame of mind, he said, than after he got a chance to look at the film. We'll see what he thinks after he's looked at the film this time.
Said that. The beauty of the post game is you capture the emotion, and he's gonna tone it down today. He's already apologized, said he's got to do better. I guess to that sort.
Yes, listen, it was very evident to us on the post game what we thought he was doing, which was it wasn't that it was Michael. It was whoever asked the first question about the offense was going to get it because he's shielding. In my opinion, he's shielding because if he becomes the story and it's him going on a rant or whatever, then you're not talking about the offense or the quarterback or the OC or whatever. He's doing what head coaches are supposed to do in a situation, which is take some of the pressure off. Now, how he chose to do it, that's up to him. I didn't think it was, I've seen worse, put it that way. But I thought that's what he was doing. He was shielding. Saban used to do this all the time.
Outside of our little bubble here is a lot of people. There's a lot of people that cover college football, analysts, whatever, and talk about LSU struggles in offense and how good they are on defense. And that's their team,
right.
And so it's not just us. Now, the one that tickled me, microanalyze everything we do. You're in Baton Rouge. Okay? This is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Every day right here. Right. You're going to get microanalyzed.
Yeah.
Okay?
There's plenty of places you can coach where nobody cares.
Yes. This
to this level anyway.
Yeah, it just it's Columbus, Ohio. It's Birmingham, Alabama. Mm-hmm. It's Athens, Georgia. This is you getting microanalyzed, man.
That's what he came here for, really. I mean, he wanted to come somewhere where he
Come
thought he
on,
could win a
man.
championship, and this is what comes with winning a championship.
He's a big boy, and that's why he's really hot, because he's got a shot.
Yeah.
But not with the offense performing at this level.
He knows
it's going to catch up with you.
He knows they got to.
It could have easily caught up with him on Saturday night. Florida's too undisciplined. The coach has no control over that roster, and that's the biggest indictment. I mean, it's almost like you watch a play now. We train like, okay, where's the replay? What's going to be the will it stand? Mm-hmm. Will it stand? Will it stand? As a Florida fan, any play you make, you got to look at the field for flags. I mean, it's a flip of a coin, and it got him. That play stands, and Florida's up 2 scores.
Feels a lot different.
Oh, man.
God knows in Lagway's head. I mean, we asked Roe yesterday. It's like, what happens if he makes that play? Man, his confidence is way up. Does he throw other interceptions? I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, we're here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road across from Rufino's, just off of the interstate. Come on by and see us here for lunch. We're going to take a break, go to the Brian Kelly press conference, and we'll be back on the other side to wrap up the show. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And we return here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road, just across the street from Rufino's. Brian Kelly, in the press conference, we had a chance to sample some of the wares here during the break. I had a soft shell crab po' boy, which was outstanding.
You can't go wrong with that.
Great.
You cannot go wrong with that. They have the lobster roll. I did the crawfish roll, so it's done the same way with plenty of Louisiana crawfish there, and with the baked potato, kind of the twice baked potato casserole, man. You talk about good stuff. So Max had big old plate of fried catfish and fries. So, yeah, everybody happy over here. Nice crowd over here on a Monday here in the deli, part of Chris's Specialty Meats. So serving daily plate lunch specials, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also the catering off-sites, MMR down the road's got 50 plate lunches, going there here from Chris's Specialty Meats.
Brian Kelly, on a bunch of different topics. It started off by doing what we talked about at the beginning of the show, which is he apologized for his little rant on Saturday night. So we'll move past that. The news of a torso injury to Garrett Nussmeier, that's new information. A torso injury for a quarterback, if it is painful to deliver the football, I don't know. How much does it hurt? Only Nussmeier himself knows for sure. But it ain't nothing. If he brought it up, it's got to be at least painful enough for him to have to make some adjustments. So how much is that?
Oh, this got a lot to do with it. Will throw off your mechanics, which we've talked about. Yeah, because you're absolutely, and his apology to Cabo. I wish they would have dragged that out a little bit longer. But anyway, I'm getting a little salty at each other. I'm joking. But the thing is, but we said this yesterday. It was predictable. He was going to make amends. He's been fine to deal with. He's the emotion. You deal with it in post game shows. The coaches do. I mean, he's got to get amped up into the game too. He does. You're catching him before the cool down period, so that's understandable. But yes, it has a lot to do when you're trying to overcompensate for some pain, and you start doing things differently. Instead, this is a guy. His dad was a quarterback and is a coach. His brother's a quarterback. They've been throwing ball. Same thing. Nussmeier and Arch Manning. What is going on with their mechanics? Is Arch hurt? There's some whispers out there that he's hurt, huh?
Well,
looks like it.
The faces that he makes when he throws it,
Nussmeier might not be grimacing, but these guys have been throwing footballs, fundamentally sound balls, since they're 7, 8 years old. So it's just, that was me. And so when he apologized, he said, I'm defending my team.
Which is what we talked about. He did deflecting,
right,
whatever.
Okay. He's got his team back.
Yeah.
he might be crushing them in the locker room, in film study, but he's going to, not get to that point. But he's defending his quarterback. He said, I don't want to get into it, but I'm going to have to. So now he's providing an excuse. The one that got me, how long have we talked about LSU football in the offseason? Ad nauseum. How many times you say, man, one thing that Nussmeier brings to the table, if I was on a national show or you do another spot, radio spot, or whoever's doing a spot, you say, but I'm going to tell you what, there's nobody that can manage a running game like Garrett Nussmeier. You were walking around. He said, man, he really managed the running game well. Brian Kelly.
What does that mean?
He's trying to give his quarterback who is struggling, who may be dealing with injury, he's trying to do something positive, Charlie.
Okay.
He said he really managed. You can go back and play the clip.
I believe you. I just don't know what that means. I don't. Nussmeier's managing the running game. What?
Maybe getting people into proper formation if there's some automatic checks at the line. I mean,
okay.
I don't.
Well,
I could. That's not what he's. That's not what we.
They are not managing the running game very well as a group. I don't know how much of that's on Nussmeier, but they're not running the football consistently. I mean, anybody can see that.
They talked about that.
Yeah, and he talked about possibly using the I formation. Okay, and I think it was Matt asked him, you don't have a fullback, so possibly using a tight end or even Jack Pyburn in that role. Lord knows Pyburn will hit you. I don't know what his technique is, but he don't mind contact. I know that about him. Would that help? Look, at this point, we've been talking about a non-traditional rushing attack. Now, what we've been talking about is these long handoffs, motion the receiver into the backfield and getting him the ball. I mean, these things are they sustainable? I don't know. But whatever, if you think this will kickstart the run game, then by all means, I don't know if it'll work. It seems to me that that's something you'd have to practice a lot, and I don't know how much practice time they are going to devote to that.
How many times have you seen the first 3 games?
None. I mean, not that I remember.
So you don't want to do it.
They're in the gun most of the time.
They're reaching for ideas to try and improve it.
And it's
fine. Not what you want to do.
I would, if they could go to the Notre Dame box, if it worked, I'm fine. But
what did he say he's going to the eye?
In this press conference,
Yes,
he said,
so,
take a look at, not exclusively, of course, but to get in the eye, you got to get under center. Which they don't do a hell of a lot of. I don't know if you had been practicing I formation, spring, August, all that stuff. Stick it in now. I don't know how many reps you can devote to that. But if a little bit of help would go a long way. I'm all for that. So at least you're acknowledging that. Hey, look, we need to try something else. Let's see if this works. So I don't know. You're taking non-traditional fullbacks. You're going under center, which you don't do a lot of, and you're going to something that you haven't practiced.
I wouldn't look for the I formation.
I think that's. Okay. I mean, he said it. It's not something I would have even thought to ask. Going to that, we'll see. We talked about the targeting call. I think we sort of covered that. Is it targeting? Yes. Do we like the rule? No. Well, at least I don't. I don't like the ejection part of the rule. I don't have any problem with that being a 15-yard penalty if you're trying. But he also said, and I said this in the post game because people were aggravated about it. Obviously, we were aggravated about it. It's doing what they instilled it.
Concussions are down.
To do. Concussions are down, and as long as that is the case, they are going to err. He can go to SEC meetings in Destin and make his case, but they're going to say we put this rule in for concussions to go down. We put the rule in, and concussions have gone down. We're done talking.
I think 15 yards, though. I mean, I don't know of any coach that wouldn't want it to be just 15 yards without an ejection.
Yeah.
Now, you got to get into judgment, but we've seen some vicious, dirty targeting plays that you got to, you always enter in dangerous territory when you're adding judgment for officiating crew.
Yeah,
but you got to do it. I mean, because there's that play was not as vicious as trying to get in. it wasn't as dirty. It was very close to just a really damn good football.
That's what I thought it was.
Well, but his helmet hit his helmet first.
And
I mean,
when you're coming at that speed, if the receiver lowers his head a little bit or adjusts his head, you're going to run that possibility.
Well, guess what? They ain't reviewing him at that speed.
I understand.
And
he also said, I can't coach it any different. I'm coaching the kid to do what he did.
But you telling me that they won't do it? If all of your coaches, God said told your AD, hey, look, this is severe, but it's got to have some sort of malicious element to it. Some sort of dirt. I mean, you've seen enough plays, Charlie.
Yes.
You know what's malicious and what's not.
I think I watched football for I'm going to say a good 10 years of my life before I ever saw somebody thrown out of a football game. For something that happened on the field of play.
Yeah.
The first one I can ever remember was that lineman, I think his name was Grant, picked Jim McMahon up and body slammed him after an interception.
Yeah, the Packers.
And they should have. It was a dirty-ass
like
play.
86, 87.
Something like that, yeah. And it was a dirty-ass play, and he hurt him, and he should have been thrown out of the game. But
ejections? The quarterback and body slammed
He did. From behind.
Imagine that.
He picked him up from behind and body slammed. But I don't think that the ejections, it's got to be pretty doggone severe to in the field of play. Now, if you're on the sideline and you take a punch at somebody or something like that, then yeah. But no, I don't think. I know how hard those kids work. I know how much time they put into it. I know how special. When you hear Dixon and Hester and Flynn and those guys talk about what the Florida game meant to them, you bust your ass all year to play 12 of these things, and then you throw them out in 3 plays because the guy's hustling and makes a tackle. I don't think that. That's $1,000 worth of punishment for a $50 crime. That's in my opinion. I got no problem with a 15-yard penalty, or if you do it twice, okay? Like, hey, you got a warning.
I want Brian Kelly to do it when it doesn't affect his team, though.
It would be more effective if you used.
I would be a little bit more receptive if you're looking out for the best interest of the game and not just your sour grapes over a call.
Right, and he's talking about this because it just happened. But when he goes to SEC meetings, you show other examples. You say, hey, look, this kid from Tulsa, it shouldn't have been thrown out. And I don't, for what it's worth, I don't think that it's going to change.
Nobody. Did you see the hit on Sellers?
I still haven't seen the hit on Sellers. I went straight from post game to football Sunday and straight here to I still haven't seen the hit on him. You told me that, and I haven't seen Beamer go ballistic either.
Gosh,
Max, you see it?
I didn't think it was dirty.
No, I didn't think it was dirty either.
Just some helmet contact.
I think he was.
Wasn't quite a launch, was it? I mean, it just seemed like a.
It's a penalty.
Yeah,
it's a penalty.
Okay. Well, the difference between penalty and ejection.
Yeah,
that's kind of where you lose me a little bit.
I think it's Beamer doing that because he knows he's out for that game and probably the next one as well. And Sellers may be a little sketchy with his passing. He was and he was off to his best passing start maybe of his career. I mean, they
didn't score anymore after he left.
Yeah, it was. I think it's more he's irate because Sellers without them, their roster's not. It's not the roster they had last year. So Sellers with another year, he's going to be asked to carry much more of the load this year. And so even the backup comes in, but Sellers may be inconsistent with his arm from game to game, and he has been this year, but he gives him a chance.
He's a threat, yeah.
He gives him a chance, yeah.
We're brought to you by the Thibodaux Store and the Pierre Part Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux and Highway 70 in Pierre Part. We'll tell you once again about the tailgating supplies that you can get at these places, all the way from your big green egg cookers all the way down to your smaller grills and griddles, all of your accessories. So if you're going out tailgating or you're updating or installing your outdoor kitchen, this is the place that you need to go. Jimmy, you made your trip right before the season started, got yourself locked in for the year.
I love it, man. It's I've got all my goodies. I'm going to pull some things over here from Chris's today, man, and go home for the got a double header. Got the Texans. It's my 5th pick. on Football Sunday going at 6, and then we got the Raiders and the Chargers tonight. So I'm going to get that green egg going tonight and throw some of the things over here. Got my brush, my tongs, and spoons, all kinds of good stuff. The charcoal for the green egg. I mean, you name it. So the cast iron indirect heating plate that you put on is ideal for wings. So, I mean, you talk about making idiot-proof. So all the different gadgets for your outdoor kitchen, for your tailgate, any on-site type of cooking that you do, man, they've got it. Burners and fryers and gadgets, everything at the Thibodeau store and the Pierre Part store. It is a must if you enjoy outdoor cooking like I do.
900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux, Highway 70 in Pierre Port, and online it's thethibodeaustore.com. Back here at Chris Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Back here at Chris Specialty Foods, live at lunch.
I'm going to get some seafood stuffed bell peppers.
What time should I be there?
You come over, Charlie. You come over. We got doing some sausage, doing some of the sausage, and doing I'm going to do some of those bacon wrapped cream cheese and jalapeno chicken thighs. Everything's marinated. Everything's ready to go. So we got it all for you then. So
I'll bring brownies or something, Jimmy.
Brownies?
I'll bring something. You don't want me to cook. I'll bring something.
Don't come empty-handed, right?
That's it. That's it.
Jimmy, how long did Tom Dempsey's field goal record stand?
So that was 69 or so.
Okay, and it lasted until what?
I think
like 15 years ago. Elam broke it.
Elam in Denver.
Elam tied it. Yeah.
In Denver. Look, what has higher altitude, New Orleans or Denver?
I think Denver.
I mean, it says uptown. I don't know if the elevation goes up when you go uptown to Tulane Stadium.
I remember when it got broken, and then they said, well, Tom Dempsey still holds the record at sea level.
Forever. Forever, Charlie, forever.
And now we got teams that are getting themselves in position with running plays to kick 64-yard field goals.
Setting up 55, 58-yard field goals.
Brandon Aubrey's 64-yard kick to send it to overtime would have been good from 70.
I think he had 8 to 10 yards.
He was up the net, man.
Yeah.
My favorite tweet of the day yesterday, Mina Kimes, after the Cowboys signed Clowney right after the game, or at least Jerry Jones announced it, Mina Kimes said they realize they can't afford to waste Brandon Aubrey's prime. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, he is a game changer for the Cowboys.
And as good as Russell Wilson played, he just threw that ball up early down for that interception. But he threw for 450. 450.
Stung a little bit, Max.
Malik made a nice catch, man. I mean, it was just.
You were against him? Yes,
I had the Broncos -1. Good number. Oof.
The Broncos. Oh, we were talking about the Cowboys.
Oh, I had the Cowboys.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You had the Cowboys in the survivor pool.
My heart was even beating. In week 2, I was like, come on. I can't be out in week 2.
And how about Carolina down 24? They got the ball driving. They're 25 yards away from winning that one. They went to prevent. Bryce Young gets in rhythm. Then they're trying to start defend him, and then they start throwing penalties on the guard. Yeah, that was almost
no carnage in Survivor yet.
Oh, they had 1,000 people got knocked out yesterday.
Really?
Uh-huh.
On
not just one game. Total.
Okay. Good.
I mean, that's 1,000. That's 1,000.
What was the biggest?
No, it's not one of the top 5.
Yeah, we haven't seen the big blow
Pittsburgh
yet.
was like 450, but then you got the Dolphins had some.
Who in their right mind would have picked the Dolphins yesterday?
You got people that are trying to go
I guess
against the grain because they feel that's the only way they're going to make up ground. To me, it might be a little early for that, but,
I did it with Dallas yesterday. I wasn't confident in them, but I thought it was a good spot.
Who was the biggest favorite to
Giants
lose?
bounced. I mean, did the Giants look terrible in week 1?
In week 1, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, did they look better?
They did.
And we, the coach, that Napier in-game interview was very tough. Early on, you look okay, Coach. I think it was 3-0 at the time, something like that. And he goes, well, first thing is our effort. We came to play, which They didn't against South Florida. You know? I mean, they kind of like that's where he is right now. He doesn't know if his guys are going to come to play or not. He doesn't know. And there's no clue.
And they were chippy in pregame. They had to separate them a couple of times. But
how much did they thought they were trying to get in LSU's head?
Probably. I've never seen
LSU's involved too. So
I've never seen a team go all the way over to the student section. Usually this stuff happens at midfield. They went all the way to the student section. So that was a little bit different. They went out of their way a little bit. Okay, I mean,
LSU can't help but get involved if you're going all.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them stomping on the logo and the Tiger's Eye and all that stuff, but this one to cross the entire field.
But Florida was ready to play. I mean, they could have. That's
their intensity was there, but the focus was not there, and they will probably look fine once they get to November. And Lagway's had 8 weeks to really prep himself, which is what he would have had.
It's not a given that they're not going to kind of quit a little bit. The schedule, they're going to get banged up,
and they could be playing with an interim. They could be playing with an interim coach too at that point in November. So I don't want to discount that. That could easily happen.
Don't you have to wait till this guy loses his 7th game to ensure a losing record, or do you want to get a jump? Because your roster will be salvaged. It'll be better if you make an early move.
Well, you got to get in line. UCLA and Virginia Tech both fired coaches yesterday.
I'm well aware.
You got
they were some.
Now Florida's a way better job than either one of those jobs. But
pretty alarming home losses.
Yeah.
To get pushed around by Old Dominion, who's been Division I for a week. I think it's like 2 or 3 years, whatever. But in New Mexico.
Right.
When you could have shot a cannon through that place.
The Rose Bowl. You know what it reminded me of when Tulane was playing the Superdome. And there was just nobody in those years when they were really
Tulane
bad.
is not
UCLA.
Was it? Yeah, they're not UCLA.
And the Rose Bowl is bigger than the Superdome as far as capacity and all that stuff. But no, it looked bad.
It's. I mean, this is an athletic department that's in the red.
Yeah,
and they they got it. UCLA's getting. Well, who's going to get? You better go hustle your alums. And I mean,
I don't know how good a job that is anymore. Being in the Big Ten and that constant travel, you're at a disadvantage there. They've always been notoriously cheap.
Well, are they cheap? Was Joe Dean cheap?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're losing money. They were losing money when he was there. The financial status.
When Broadhead left, they were.
Yes.
Yeah, he was brought in to put the program into black.
Yes, you had to get 3 signatures for a number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
It's like no, it's a different era. I mean, so they're trying to. They
went up on the balance sheet, down in the standings.
Everybody wants them to spend money they don't have. So their alumni association or whatever, it's an unbelievable school. The reputation as a public school is unbelievable. It's very difficult to get in. So you better tap into some of those successful alums for the athletic side. And they're just, they're so far behind on it.
Isn't that what athletic directors are, fundraisers now?
And your head coach, too.
Yes. All of your
Yes,
all your
everybody. Yes.
That's the job now.
But they just want to spend – they don't have any money. So, you got to do what the others have been doing for a long period of time. And, I mean, it's a great school. It's great. Charlie, I've been to their practice field. They have one practice field. Their equipment storage is a shed.
If they were
now, it doesn't rain like it does here, and it's nice. It's a nice blue and gold paint on it. It looks better than most sheds, but it's a shed.
If they were at Texas high school, they would be in the middle of the pack as far as facilities.
Yes.
Thanks to the folks here at Chris's Specialty Foods. We're looking forward to spinning shows here throughout the fall. Lunch menu Monday through Friday. Catering available as well, so you can get it over here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road across from Rufino's. We're at Doe's tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.